Sure, yeah, you can ask me anything. That's true. Got your money back for it. Well done. Have I worked with Microverse? No, I haven't worked with Microverse. I don't even know what that is. I'm going to have a look what it is. So is it like a terrain modeling thing, is it? Yeah, cool. No, I haven't worked with that. I've worked with another one. What's it called? Giai or something like that. I think that's what it's called. But none of them seem to do real time. Yeah, that's the one. Gaia. Yeah, that's the one. I don't even know how to pronounce it. But I played with it, and the thing I didn't like about it was it doesn't do like real time generation. You have to generate it beforehand, and I think or maybe the real time one you have to pay a lot of money for or something like that. Hey, Stacy, how you going? Oh, it does real time, does it? Yeah, well. This music's a bit dark for me. I'm going to change it. Let's go for this one. Here we go. Hang on. Crank this up a little bit. That's better. What's the issue you're facing, Kiji? Thanks, Stacy. A filter crap. Is that the technical term for it, is it? Filter crap? Oh, the internet went out.
Speak of the NBA.
Hmm?
The NBA.
Yeah, it's probably NBN, eh? Ah, you want your grassland to spawn on the grass material. It spawns everywhere. So, Queegi? I don't know, I'm just going to say that. Queegi, are you working on a game at the moment, or? Oh, you're streaming it at the moment. Alright, cool. Qgetsy. Cool. What's the game? Is it on Steam? MMORPG, you are kidding me. That is crazy. How long have you been working on it for? The whole game is working? That's fantastic. Are you solo dev or are you with a team? So I'm just sculling my coffee here because I love coffee. Yeah, for sure. I do want to see the non-destructive terrain. Okay. So what am I doing here at the moment? I am... starting this snow biome. We need the floor components. Just look at the mountain. Okay. What's the name of your game? Got a name for it yet? So right now I'm basically creating the floor for my new snow level. Age of Despairs. Ooh. Have we got a website or anything like that where we can have a look at it? I want to see it. I want to check it out. Cool name though. No website yet. All right. So what are you writing in? Is it in Unity or? Oh, someone stole your name. That's no good. Is it in Unity or are you doing it in Unreal? Let's copy that. Paste it there. Paste it there. Paste it there. So I'm basically, these are all what we call prefabs. So they are basically little sort of objects that you can create in the game and create duplicates of them. And these particular objects are the ones that make up the walls and the floors and everything. So I'm just putting down tiles, random tiles on them. Alright, so this is 6x4. Should probably only have okay, so you're using Unity 3D. What's the networking engine that you're using in there? I know there's the built-in netcode from Unity. Are you using that, or are you using Mirror, or what's your Photon? You're debating on using your M.2.5 drive over a 4.0 from my operating system. I'm getting UMart to build my rig. Oh, so you're getting a new. Sorry, I missed that in the chat. Crows. So UMart. I've never heard of UMart before. Just get the best you can, mate. I'm telling you. Built-in SSD. You know, best you can get. Because, you know, chances are that's the thing that's going to be a bit of a bottleneck. Atavism. I think I've heard of that. I'll look it up. I think I might even have it. Oh. Yeah. It's a whole platform, isn't it? It's like an MMO kind of platform, is it? By memory? I did look at this when I was building an MMO, would you believe it or not? Yeah, I did look at this. What's the licensing like here? $54K. Wow. 54,000. That's crazy. Are you solo or have you got a team going? Wow. Well, look, I really hope it goes well for you. And look, if you need someone to test it out for you, I'm happy to do that. To be honest, from my perspective, that's way too big for me. I couldn't handle it, even by myself. I mean, it's great that you're using a framework, and that's going to solve a lot of your problems, I think. Yeah. Well, all the best to you. You gotta do it, mate. Like you have to. Life is short. You got to give it a crack. I totally believe that. And the older I get, the more I believe it. Because the less life I have. So, yeah. You go for it, I reckon. That's fantastic. So, how far off do you think you are from having some kind of a playable prototype or demo or something like that? Why are there 8 there and there's only 7 there? That's weird. There's only 6 here. Okay, this is making me a bit nervous, but anyway, we'll see what happens. Okay. That's it, 6x6. So basically all of these floors are kind of split up into smaller panels, and these are the panels that go on the floor. This is basically what I'm doing here. So I'm making sure that each panel has a random number of tiles in it. These are all the different tiles. We'll have a look at those in a second. But essentially it goes and finds the theme. So the theme is the snow here. And then it goes and picks a whole random bunch of tiles and builds a floor. That's basically what happens here. Let's see what happens when we press play now.
Do you keep calling me?
Alright.
Do you keep calling me or not? Yeah, what's up?
You probably hear some background people chatting, things like that. Got a busy house here. Lots of people bunkering up here at the moment. That's using one tile for some reason. I don't know why. But he's my scary boss dude. I don't like the look of that floor. It seems to be using one tile. Maybe? And there's not enough snow. Let's just pull that music down. There's not enough snow. Is it using one floor? Yeah, not really. There's just not enough snow. Which means I kind of need to bring those up. So I'm going to go to my tiles here. I'm going to screw around with these tiles a little bit and just make them a bit more snowy. So this is one of the tiles here. I'm just going to bring it up to like, yeah, like that. A bit more snowy. So it just shows like a little bit of greenery kind of poking through the snow. Don't know if I like all those triangles there. Might be a bit kind of weird. Let's just bring it down a little bit, so 0.9, 0.09. Can't type properly. No, I'll leave it like that. See what it looks like. Kinda don't like it. Anyway, let's have a look. We'll see what it looks like when we actually... There we go. Alright, let's have a look at that. I need a name for my boss. If anybody can think of a good name. He's a troll. He's the leader of the Snow Peaks tribe, which is north of Dolven, the town of Dolven. You know what? I still don't like. I don't like the look of those bits of crap everywhere. What I'm thinking is I actually just remove that other tile. Let's have a look here. I'm thinking I might just remove the rock tile underneath it and just leave the like grass and stuff there, kind of poking through. Might do that. They don't give a confident idea if the RAM's compatible with the motherboard. There's a good website you can go to, which you may know about, may not, but it's called PC Part List. PC Part Picker. What am I talking about? Jump in there and have a look. Put all of your CPU, everything you need, everything you've got, chuck it all in there, and it'll tell you whether it's compatible or not. Anyway, might help. Yeah, so I think I'm going to ditch the ditch those rocky bits. So let's do that, because it just looks a bit weird. Let's go in here. So I think it's this one here that goes. Oh, hang on, no, we can't do that because it's got all of this stuff on it. So all we need to do is basically remove the mesh renderer, I think. Don't know if I like this. Don't know if I like this. Well, actually, can't I just do this? Can't I just... No. I'll try removing the mesh renderer, see what happens. Remove that, and remove that. Okay. Okay, and we'll just see if that... Oh, we're going to do it for all of them though. So, it's this one here. Unpack this prefab. And we'll remove both of those. Remove component. Remove component. So we've still got the mushrooms and the bones and the bits of grass poking through, which looks pretty cool. Same with this one. Unpack completely and remove those components. Same with this guy. Yep. What is this doing here? Well, it's got a mushroom there. Alright. Okay, just unpack completely, doesn't matter. Prefab, unpack completely. Remove this guy. And this one here. What I'm going to get up here is... Oh, I've been thinking about downloading... what's this? Warhammer Skulls. So I'm just going to go on a tangent here and have a look at some games, because games are awesome. I've heard about this Expedition 77 one. I've heard that one's alright. Just looking at what's kind of trending at the moment. But you know, I was thinking of downloading, getting egged on by Facebook. I was scrolling Facebook and everyone's like, ooh, Battlefield 2. Not Battlefield 2, Battlefront 2. Can't believe Battlefield Bad Company is still a thing. That looks funny. Alright. Yeah, Battlefront 2 I was looking at. I thought, that wasn't a bad game. Where is it? I thought I had it. Maybe I don't have it. I thought I did have it. Okay, that's weird. Let's have a look. What size drive am I running? I think it's half a gig. So, hang on. Yeah, I don't think it's big. Let's have a look. What I do is I just leave my operating system on that one, which you're probably doing as well. Yeah, it's only half a... Oh no, I might talk about half a gig. Half a terabyte. Yeah, so 500 gig. And then I've got another 1, 2, 3 drives. So I've actually got a hard disk drive, would you believe? Which is 2 terabytes. And then I've got 2 other drives that are 1 terabyte each. Sorry, 1 terabyte and then another half a terabyte. So they're SSDs. So I got like 4 drives. Yeah. I mean, I kind of use the hard disk drive just as a backup drive. So I'll just chuck like all the crap that I don't need on, you know, that I need to access quickly. You know, like a lot of the YouTube content that I create and, you know, uploads, and I just dump them all on there, you know, because they can get a couple of gigabytes each, and it's like, why fill up your SSDs, you know? Now, what was I looking at? I was looking at friggin'... I don't have Battlefront. Or maybe it's Star Wars Battlefront, is it? Yeah, it is. Battlefront 2. I'm thinking about installing this. Gee, it looks crap. I thought it was better looking than this. What the hell? Let's go look at the store page. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. 2005. Are people actually still playing this? Let's have a look. In the past 30 days. Yeah, it's a bit overkill, isn't it? Hang on, is this the... Hang on a sec. No, it was this one. This was the one. But I always thought I had this. Maybe I've only got this on... yeah, the one I had was the classic one. But, yeah, maybe I only had this on... what's it called? PlayStation or something. Yeah, it might have been PlayStation I had this on. It's a good game. Maybe I should buy it. I'll put it on my wish list.
The balance of the force has been shaken.
Is it on my wish list? I might add it to my wish list, and then maybe it'll go on. Maybe it'll go on. It's a bit expensive. I'm gonna pay $50 right now for that. I've got too many other games I should be playing. All right. Where were we? Did we do all those? Have we done them all? I think we've done them all. All right. Let's see what happens. What's going on here? Why are you... What is your problem? Really? What script is trying to access it? Selectable tile. Oh, really? Let's just have a look here at selectable tile, see if it's actually doing anything there. Ah, it does get the renderer. Bugger. Ah, because of that. We can just remove that shit, we don't need that. I don't think we need this. What is this drawing anyway? It's drawing a line. Tile bounds. It's drawing a... I don't know what I even did here. So look, 3 years ago I did this. Hasn't changed in 3 years. I don't even know what I was thinking back then. Tile bounds. It's drawing... It's drawing a line straight down from the tile. Ah, okay. Yeah. So this is just right. We don't need this. That can go. This is just a visual thing that I put in when I was editing the tile to see if it lined up with my node system, which we won't go into right now because it's way too complicated. Anyway, that should fix it. I shouldn't see that error come up anymore. Yeah, so I definitely need a name for my troll boss. What can we call my troll boss? He's the leader of the Storm Peaks tribe. Let's have a look at him. All right, all those errors are gone now, which is good. That's what we wanted. So here he is. This is going to be him. I'm going to press play and jump in there and have a look. If anyone can come up with a good name, chuck it in chat. It used to be like, I don't know, kind of a beefy name, like Garth or, I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna, yeah, this is really interesting. I'm not sure if, Getsy is still in chat, but this is interesting. Alright, here he is. This is him. What's his name? There you go. The snow looks a lot better now, doesn't it? Looks heaps better. I'm happy with that. Now, the only thing is that blue colour is difficult to see in... It's difficult to see Like you don't know where you're dropping your thing. So I feel as though we need to change that. But to what colour? What we do is we just pause it while I'm dragging it. We're just going to have a look in the scene here. Alright. Because that colour's way too hard to see. I'm thinking probably an orange would be better, or yellow. Would probably fit well. So let's just have a look at this. Alright. I think it's these. These are the light ray cubes here that make the light ray. And in there should be... There we go. With the sparkles, but... Right, so this is... Okay. We're going to have a quick look here and just look at this material. FX light ray, oh, it's an instance of material, okay. Makes it difficult. Weird, it's making a null object there. It's a bit bizarre, but okay. Alright, it's a particle shader. FX light ray. It's a little bit weird, the way this is set out. Alright, let's try FX underscore light ray. There it is. Ah, hang on. Maybe I have already... Just 1 second here. Yeah, here it is. Here's the colour. Yeah, right. So I've already got a way to configure this. Must have done that a long time ago as well. Okay, so... So basically... We need to pick a colour. And it's a little bit painful because you're not going to be able to actually see it until we press play, so... But let's have a look. So... Snow tile. Snow tile. It's basically this one here. So I'm thinking probably an orange. Maybe like that. And then like a lighter one when we're actually selected it. So something like that. I'm going to try that. It's probably too light. But we'll see what happens when I press play. And it's only going to work for one of them. So I've only changed one of them, but the idea is you do a little bit, see if it works, do the rest of it. peckish. I have not had breakfast yet. Been doing the 16-hour fast thing the last couple of days. Lost a little bit of weight, which is good. Probably had a few too many drinks last night, but alright. I think I'm just going to win this one so that I can skip this animation each time. So to do that, we'll just go, actually while we're here, there you go, that's the yellow colour. It's still a bit hard to see. It's better than blue, but still hard to see. Still very hard here. I really need to... Yeah, actually what I'm going to do is... I think I'm going to just test it in the scene. So, but while we're here, let's win this. Just so that we don't have to keep sitting through that. Just so we don't have to keep sitting through that, discard all that crap. Alright. Okay. So we'll just go to this one. Alright. So now when we start, we'll end up here. But yeah, so what I'm thinking is we'll just have a little bit of a playground here where we'll pop one of these tiles in, go have a look at it, and then we'll get that light ray cube, which I think is this one. Is it this one? Yeah, here we go. Pop that there. Just try and look at a colour that might be good. I kind of need to add some more of those tiles, so just grab a few more of those and just move them around a little bit, just so we can kind of get a feel for how it's going to look. I'll delete all these later. Right, so you can hardly even see that, you know. So we need to kind of find something where it's gonna be obvious. Alright, let's have a look in here. Prefab. We'll just unpack it all, just so we don't change the actual prefab. I don't think it matters what color we set here, but I'm just gonna take a copy of that, because when you're dealing with materials, you've got to be a little bit careful. Alright, let's screw around with this, see what would work. Okay, so it's got to be up here somewhere. Or there. Green's not bad. Green isn't too bad. Thinking maybe something like that. Might have to bring in a bit more alpha. Too much. But green is not too bad. That kind of aqua colour. I'll just see if there's a better green that kind of. Ooh, that's not too bad either. Yeah, that I want to make it really obvious because. So I'm thinking green at the moment. Just to make it a bit easier to see. Let's try that. Copy that. We'll reset back to the old color because, you know. Right, and then let's go and have a look at our snow tile again. And paste. Oops, wrong one. Want this one. Paste. And just paste this one, but just bring down the actually it needs to be highlighted here, so I'm thinking something like maybe that. I don't know. Copy component. Let's have a look. Alright, let's see what that looks like. But yeah. It's difficult because it's on a white background. It really needs to be a dark colour. It's not too bad. Bit hard to see up there though. Still very hard to see. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just need to go really dark, like a kind of almost black or something. Like a grey. Let's try that. Let's go in here. Let's have a look at a really kind of dark grey colour. Just go like this, so I can sort of see it against the backdrop. Maybe just keeping it like that. I still reckon green's the best. It's a yellow. I mean, the other option is I actually put an indicator there showing that you can drop it. That would happen for all of them. I don't know. Bit stumped on this one. Maybe it would make sense to have some kind of an indicator. showing where you can drop it. Alright, maybe we need to try this. Maybe we need to try this. Maybe we need to actually try this. Let's do it. Okay, experiment time. What I'm going to do is get rid of all that crap. And I think what I'm going to do is add a little drop indicator showing where you can drop it. Alright, I think I've already got one of those. Drop indicator. There it is, drop arrow sprite. This one. Okay. I think in code, I think it's just called drop indicator. Here it is, card drop tile. Okay, so here's the show character drop arrow. Let's find that. That's where you drop it on a character. Okay. So let's make one that's called a show tile drop arrow. Yeah. Show. Actually, could we do it in the one? So we'd say this. We'd say if you can get an abstract character above it, this is show, yep. So if we just change this to just show drop arrow. Right. And instead how can I make this easy? See, I actually need, wouldn't you believe it, I need the, actually I think I've got an offset here. Yeah, position offset. Alright, let's just do this. What we'll do is, we'll say, so it's trying to get the dungeon node and it's trying to get the character. So really, it should return here if you can show it on the character. Otherwise, what will happen is we'll make a instance of it here. Oh, it is already here. Oh, it already gets instantiated. The drop indicator. Ah, it disables the... Okay, where is this being used? It's not. Okay. This may be a lot easier than what I think. I just need to go basically do this. Where is that being used? There it is there. I think all I need to do is essentially just get is if drop indicator doesn't equal null, then if we get the try get component, get component children. Okay. Oh, hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. 1 second here. No. This is not the one I'm thinking of. This is not the one I'm thinking of. So let's just pin that. Yep, this is VS Code. Yep. I sometimes use Cursor AI, but for things like this, which is pretty quick to do, rather than explain it to AI, I just write it myself. But yep, this is VS Code. Alright, so what we're looking at here, I was just looking at something over here. So we want to use one of these card drop arrows. How long have I been coding? Well, technically about 40 years, because I started when I was a kid. But professionally, as a software engineer and I guess a leader, professionally I started really coding for a company, like proper, software vendor, when I was about 20, and I'm now 48. So that's 28 years professional coding. What happens is when you get a bit older and you start to get put into positions of leadership, and then you have less and less time to actually code. All right, cybersecurity data analyst. Yeah, that's a really good field to get into. Okay, what should you do to get a head start in school so you're starting in August? Okay. Well, you bought a Python crash course. Yeah, that's good. There is also, I don't know if you've seen Pluralsight as well. That's another good place for cybersecurity stuff. I did a course in cybersecurity as well. And yeah, I mean, it's not my area of expertise. I'm a web developer, but there's certainly a lot of there's a lot of scary things in, in security that I just couldn't. I couldn't. I was looking at it thinking, crap, man. Do I have to know all this as a software engineer? That was the really interesting thing about it. But Yeah. Look, what I'd suggest if you want to learn stuff is this, right? So it's great to do short courses. YouTube is also awesome. Like, it's really underrated, I think, as a platform for learning. So definitely check out YouTube. Yeah, definitely. You can switch courses if you find it too hard. But I would probably focus on the fundamentals. To be honest, I think you're going down the right path though, doing cyber security, because they get paid a lot of money, and it is a bit stressful though, I think, as a career. I mean, I always see the cybersecurity guys down the bottom of the building having a fag, having a smoke, because they're all stressed out all the time. But where are you located? Are you in the US or Australia, or what area? Because if you're in the US or Australia, you'll be making a lot more than that. You're in the US, yeah. So $3K a month is... I wouldn't get out of bed for that. That's really low. Even as a just a mid-level engineer, you'll be making more than that. I'd expect probably, as a mid-level, at least 5K a month, Senior level, probably around 7 or 8K a month. Yeah. It is a good industry though to get into. The IT industry is a fantastic industry. I mean, there's dickheads in there, like any industry. There's morons, but I think there's a bit more, sort of few and far between in the IT industry. Yep. That's it. Look, it's a good number to go for sure, and I think you'll do it. I think if you study hard. My daughter's currently in university at the moment, and there's a lot of work in uni. I assume it's a university that you're looking at, or is it a kind of a what's the course that you're doing? So yeah, I'd need to know what course you're doing, but let's say you were doing a university course and it's going to take you 3 to 4 years, you'll be 26, 27. You should be able to go out into, actually what you should do is, step back. You got to finish your course. The way to finish your course is to do the work when you get it. Don't sort of, the teacher will give you work, or the lecturer will give you homework to do. Don't leave it. Get onto it straight away. Do it every night, at least an hour or two every night. Right? And you'll get through it. And it doesn't matter if you go, too bad. Thanks for the follow. It doesn't matter if you go too bad in the tests. So there'll be exams, and they're always stressful and hard. And I found them pretty difficult. Hey, Sir Diesel, how you going? I always find them pretty hard, the exams. But if you do your project work, get that done nice and, do that well, you will pass the course, right? Yeah, doing well. It's the same thing, yeah. Full work of week for me as well. pretty flat stick. So, but getting into the game development now, which is awesome. We're just talking ignorance here through ignorance YouTube, through the university process. So do your work when you get it done. Like, make sure you do it. Go and talk to. Yes, anyone can do this job. Anyone can do it. It's just a matter of applying yourself. All right, you just got to apply yourself. Get the work done and the project work. The other thing is go and talk to the lecturers. So when you get your piece of work, you might be a document you need to write or some code you need to write. Don't sit there and be away and think you know what you're doing, right? Yeah, exactly. Get in there. It's all about networking. It's all about getting in there and talking to people, because what'll happen is when that lecturer is getting in it and he's marking your work, right? He'll think, oh, I helped this kid, so really it's a reflection on me, and so they'll give you a decent mark. That I always found in university when I talked to people, when I went to talk to the lecturers and got their opinions on things and what I should change, I always got good marks because it's basically their work, right? Yes, yeah, that's it. That's right, Sir Diesel, exactly right. Get in there and talk to them. So networking is big, and it's also big towards the end of your university as well. So in third or fourth year, whatever it is, mine was a 4-year course, but most of them these days are 3 years. By the time you get to the third year, towards the end of the third year, how do I simplify the terminal in VS Code? What do you want to simplify out of it? Anyway, by the time you get to third year, I'm seeing the whole directory every time I output. Yeah, I have to probably need a bit more context than that. Towards the end of your university, you'll network, so you need to talk to employers, get their cards, keep ringing them, and then you'll get a job. If you just keep annoying them, so annoy them, but just keep calling them, say, have you got any roles available, You'll get a role and then you'll be set, right? But it is really about communication and talking to people, which is one of the things in IT that a lot of people do not have, is being able to string a few words together. If you can string a few words together in the IT industry, yes, that's really good, Sir Diesel. And starting in your first year, yeah, that's really good. See, I didn't get any industry experience until my final year, which is my 4th year, and I work for the Bureau of Meteorology here in it would be something like PS. Well, I mean, this is my... Are you talking about this path here? What's the... Oh, you want to shorten the path? Yeah, I haven't, to be honest, I haven't done a lot of Python, so I'm not sure what your setup is, but you sure you're not looking at the debug console or anything like that? I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Sir Diesel. You got to get in there and you got to talk to people, show your face. You know, I did 3 months of voluntary work at the Bureau of Meteorology. That was, you know, unpaid, but those 3 months I could use as a you know, as a springboard to get my next job. I could say I worked here for 3 months and I had references and I could, you know, talk about what I did. You know, yep, that's exactly what I did. I did something. I worked with a guy, and he did what's called, I don't even know if this is like, I'm talking a long time here, cloud drift winds. Cloud drift winds at the Bureau. Let me just say that. Of meteorology. Here we go. There we go. Look. Frickin' 1994. This guy here, John LaMarshall, he's the guy that I worked with. An operational system for generating cloud drift winds in the Australian region, right? And this, I was doing this in 1994. Now, I didn't get marked on this paper, so I can't, because I was just basically collecting data for him. But basically, this was all about, this guy here is a bit of a legend. So he's published a whole bunch of stuff, but I sat there and I collected a whole bunch of data and we put it into this big, it's like a big supercomputer, and out popped the prediction of the weather. Anyway, I did that for 3 months. Every morning, rock in there, jump on the computer. Not paid or anything like that. I just used my pocket money that I kind of got from, you know, working up on a farm. Pay for it all. But out of it, I could say, hey, I worked on this, and I said, here's the guy. He was one of my references. I put him down as a reference. I said, is it okay? He said, yeah, no worries. And then the next job I got, which was with Esri Australia, I used him as the reference. It's all about who you know. What are we doing here? We're going to have a look here where we are. I've got this guy here. This class is way too big. Alright. Okay. So we're going to grab one of these. Going to pop it here. Alright, here we go. Yep. Oh, okay, yeah, sure, man. Look, there's just some good sites, right? So there's Hacker Rank. Check that out. I do this sometimes. There you go. Check this out. Okay, Ryan, how you going? I'm doing well. Yourself? You know what? Just quickly while I'm here. Yeah, check out Hacker Rank. That's really good. So Hacker Rank's really good. The other one worth looking at is, I think it's Leak Code. Yeah, Leak Code. Hack the Box. No, I've not heard of Hack the Box. Hey, thanks for the follow. Yeah, Leak Code's not bad. So these ones, especially Hacker Rank, They can get quite tough. But here you go, here's one with Python. You just start with some basic ones, but these are actually worthwhile doing, and the reason why these are worthwhile doing is they'll probably fire some of these at you at some interviews. Like you'll be given a bunch of problems to do, and you'll have to fix them, or you'll have to solve them, right? And to be honest, don't use AI, because they'll know if you use AI. I know because I interview people, and I know when they use AI, because what I do is, when I interview them, I say to them, rightio, I want you to take me through every line of the code, because the code's usually like 20, 30 lines long, if they know what they're doing, right, for one of these challenges. And you say to them, why don't you take through each line? And you can tell when people don't know what they're doing if they've just copied and pasted AI in there, because they will not be able to explain it as they go. Anyway, what are we doing here? So go through those, practice those, because they will give you exactly what we were talking about here, the problem solving part of it. I mean, anybody can, once you know one line of code, or so one line of code, once you know one language, you can pretty much read other languages. That's that's maybe not things like Scala, which is freaking insane, but there's some. I would, you would know what's going on. It's not about that. It's about solving problems. Yes. Should you learn Java? Well, I'm a little bit biased there because I was a Java engineer for 15 years and I love that language. But I think it's good to learn probably a functional programming language and a object-oriented one. So Java's object-oriented with functional elements. But something like F# or Clojure or Scala, they're kind of your more functional programming languages. Oh, you're a firmware engineer, are you? So D's a lot. Nice. Oh, that's right. We talked about that, didn't we? Aside from the Minecraft. Ah, okay. Yeah, look, C++ is just, yeah. That's pretty full on. That's yeah, throw you in the deep end. Oh, look, Java is definitely around. Java is embedded in not every, but the majority of enterprises have Java somewhere in them. It's actually a really large part of the back-end ecosystem. So a lot of servers are running Java still these days. Cybersecurity, look, yeah, maybe Python. Look, depends on what you're doing. Python's great for sort of data manipulation and analytics, those sort of things. Yeah, it does make sense to start with something like Python. I think it's a good bet. Let's have a look. Actually, I was going to have a look at what the is it the Tibco index? Yeah, Tyobe index. Sorry. I know this is a little bit of bullshit, but yeah, so here we go. This one here is basically the most kind of popular programming languages, Python's number one. I think that's big because of AI. But you know, you still got C++ is up there, Java's still up there, C#, which is what I'm programming in now. Any of these languages, you're going to get a job. Like if I just have a look at Seek, which is our Australia's job industry. If I just type in Python, right? Here we go, data engineer. There you go, full stack developer, Python, Django, 80 to 100k. Now this is not in. Here's a junior developer. This is not in American dollars, so you can practically. This is more like 60 to 70k. Yeah, it's freaking heaps of jobs. Look at them all. Heaps of jobs, pages of them. So Python's a very good bet. C++ is a very good bet, although, you know, again, you'll be thrown straight in the deep end. It's pretty complicated. Java's a good language. It's less complicated than C++. C#'s a good language. They're very similar, these two. JavaScript's fine as well. Anyway. Alright, this is what we're going to do here. We're going to do this. We're actually going to say... We're going to say game object. And we're going to call this the drop arrow prefab. It's a little bit painful, this, because it means I have to put them on every frickin' card drop tile, but okay. And then we're going to say here private game object drop arrow. Yes. Spot on, Sir Diesel. It's very good at not developing bad habits. It actually, it gives you a better understanding of how computers actually work, how memory works, which I don't think you see in other languages like C# and Java, because all of that's taken care of for you. So allocating memory, which you don't need to do as much in C++, but you still can. You know, pointers to memories, locations, those sort of things. Yeah. This is why I'm really keen to jump into Unreal Engine as well, because I'm not an expert in C++ at all, but I'd love to get my hands a bit more dirty in it. I did do a lot of it in uni. We used an old school one, which I've mentioned before on the stream, called Borland C++. Wow, it was. Whenever you see this, you know, in Wikipedia, Borland C++ was, it's like, ah, it died. So the last... I wonder what happened to it. Oh, it's changed into C++ Builder. Okay, it started with Turbo C++, which is, again, I use this one. Turbo C++. That's what it was like. That was your IDE right there. Alright. This is the IDE today. And that's what it looked like back then. It's freaking awesome though, man. I loved it. It's got me right into programming that shit. So Turbo C++. Then I bought Ball in C++. and then I don't think I used any of those. But now there's this one here, C++ Builder. First appeared 28 years ago. Is it still a thing? Let's check it out. Oh yeah. I haven't heard of this before. C++ Builder. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I'll just use VS Code these days and whatever, you know. Anyway, enough of memory lane. We were going to look at this card drop arrow, and if it's not there, we're going to instantiate it. So if there is no, if that guy is null, let's just instantiate it and show it. Well, it'll get shown automatically if it is there. What we'll do is we'll say same as what this thing does. It just activates and deactivates it. Okay. And then we'll do the same when we hide it. Thank you, AI. Yeah, no worries, ignorance. Take care, man. Thanks for dropping in to say hi. Saying hi. Can't speak. Alright. Alright. Oh, by the way, yeah, check it out. Have a bit of a crack at it. It'll probably, as I said, you'll at some point when you're doing interviews, you'll end up having to do a code test, and that will help you out, and it helps with problem solving as well. So yeah, but cool. Thanks for dropping in. Before we do this, we're going to have a look here, make sure that I'm going to put a debug statement in here. Nah, I didn't make those little dudes at the bottom there. That's a little plugin you can get. Oh, that is brutal. I couldn't do that. My I think probably the biggest challenge I had. Oh man, that sounds painful. I couldn't do that. I'd be like, nah. I mean, if I studied neural networks, then maybe I could come up with something. But I did sort of start looking at it at some point. But I just thought, nah, I'm too old for that shit. I'll leave that to the young kids. Anyway, I'm just gonna put debug. Yeah, I think I talked about this. I talked about this thing at my last stream. I think it was. One of my biggest challenges was when I was probably in my 20s, and I was over in the UK. And I'd had a few beers, and because I thought I was on a sales gig, not a programming gig, and I had a few beers out at, I think it was called, I was in Leeds, maybe it was Leeds, I don't know, anyway, wherever the NHS is, where's the NHS in the UK? NHS head office, where the hell's that? It wasn't in London. NHS. Is it Leeds? I think it was Leeds. I don't know. It was friggin' 20 years ago, nearly. No, not 20 years ago. Yeah, probably 20 years ago. Shit. I keep forgetting my age. But anyway, I was over there and had a few beers. Rocked up and they're like, "Oh, Andrew, can you import all of this census data into our tabulation system?" I'm like, "Fuck." Just had like 3 massive beers at the pub. Anyway, I had to apply algorithms like perturbation, which is, if you've heard of perturbation before, it's not easy. Perturbation algorithm. So perturbation theory is basically, yeah. It's basically an algorithm that essentially slightly changes. Yeah. As soon as he said, I went straight to the coffee machine. I'm like, trying to drink coffee, sober up. But yeah, perturbation algorithm. You can read about it if you want, but it's essentially a way of slightly manipulating data so that it's not completely accurate. And the government does that so that they can hide individuals, not for a nefarious purpose, but so they don't leak details, basically. Yeah. Anyway, it worked in the end, by the way. It just worked magically, so maybe I need to drink more beers. Alright, what are we doing here? We're going to look at snow tile. Snow tile to start with. We're going to have a bit of a play with this. And drop arrow prefab. It's going to be this one. I'm just going to see how this goes. Yeah, obfuscation, that's right. It's, yeah, I have to look. I don't even want to look at it anymore because it just gives me a headache. But yeah. That was pretty full on. But yeah, coding a freaking neural network, that's crazy. Yeah, pretty much. Agreed. Ooh, what happened here? Who's trying to access the renderer? Player input events 86. $186, sorry. Oh. Where's my stack trace? Here it is. It's trying to get the center point of the renderer. Okay, I think I'm just going to have to do this, which is a bit painful, but we're going to have to do the right thing here. Which means I've got to grab all these. Unless I can just grab these, I can just go copy. Let's just see what happens here. Copy component. Gonna paste component as new. Let's have a look. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Paste component is new. And maybe this one as well. Copy component. Paste component is new. Now, yeah, see, you're being annoying now. Alright, we're just going to have to... There's going to be a bit of stuffing around here. So I think we might have talked about this Sir D's a lot. But what do you do with the firmware? What is going on here? It does not like that. Okay. It's this mesh renderer, that's the problem. Alright. Right. Yeah, I was thinking of something the other day in terms of networking, and I don't even know. Like, just popped in my head as a thought. It's a bit of a, you know, what do you call it? Pothead kind of a thought. But I wonder if AI can be used, or if it is used, because I don't know low-level networking, but I wonder if AI or even predictive algorithms can be used to make the internet faster, like to make connections faster. Does it actually predict packets? You know, can it predict what the next packet's going to be and not even worry about it? And if it is a different one, then, you know. Hey, Horde. I'm doing well, man. Thanks for dropping in. How's the game going? AI to compress data. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Interesting. That is interesting. So if you have a little bit of a snag here, I'll just remove that. Remove that component. And I think what we're going to have to do here is probably bite the bullet. It shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, we have to grab all these and copy them across, including the box collider, and then delete the other one. You're just about done. That's fantastic. I'll have to check it out, man, when it's finished. Yeah, JSON's really bloody verbose, isn't it? I think the only reason why people use JSON is because it just works with JavaScript so well, pretty much. Copy component. Paste component is new. Yeah, we're just going to go through. Hey, what happened there? Why has that happened? That's not supposed to happen. But okay. Where's the component values? 2.5, 2.5. That is right. Yeah, good for telemetry data. Oh, it's edge networking stuff. Ward. Yep. Really? What's this one supposed to be? Oh, we're going to make it smaller anyway, so... Okay, is this... Alright, these are obviously 3. Yeah. Although XML, like, is you know, I'm not a advocate of things like SOAP or RPC, you know. Well, it's well, RCP, RPC in itself is fine, but the way they implemented SOAP back in the day was pretty painful. But you got to say that, you know, you got to say that the good thing about that protocol is it's pretty hard. Like, it's got a really decent schema, right? XML. Like, its schema definition is rock solid. Whereas with JSON, it's kind of like, well, you can just throw numbers here, you know. I know there's a JSON schema validator, all that sort of bullshit, but I think there's a lot more sort of rigidity in the XML-based protocols. But either way, you know, if you just want to get something up nice and quick, then, you know, it's all good. Why does my box collider have a material? It doesn't on here. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, cool. Alright, so grab this one, copy. I'm just going to keep doing this for a little bit. Paste component. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that sort of strips down. It's pretty painful though to go through, you know, generating all your classes and doing all the implementation, and especially if you're integrating with a new system. And the security was always painful. Good fun though, if you like that sort of thing. Selectable tile, we just did selectable tile. Let's do highlightable tile. Copy component. Paste component. Yeah, that's right. That's probably gotten even better now since, I mean, I was doing XML stuff back in the 2000s, you know. And yeah, that was pretty painful. Still really early days with the tools, so. So tell me about the what's going to be your kind of launch strategy for the game, Horde of Viscount? What's the by the way, if you guys haven't seen Horde of Viscount, it's on itch, right? Pretty sure. I think it's on itch. Yeah, here it is. This one here. It's like a hang on, let me just pause this. It's kind of reminded me a lot of like the old Game Boy games. Let's have a look here. It's like a platformer. You can do upgrades. You can craft stuff. You know, it's pretty full on. Yeah, action RPG, Metroidvania. I just love the vibe of it. It just reminds me a lot of the old school games I used to play on the, here we go, here's the crafting system. Yeah. Paper Mario, eh? Yeah. Yeah, it just reminds me of all the games I used to play on the old Game Boy, which was awesome. Anyway, go and check it out. You can play it right now. You can run it and play it right now, so check it out. I used to play a game a lot on the Game Boy called RoboCop. There's this one here, I think. Oh, it's this one. This one here. This is one I used to play. Yeah. Listen to that music. Sick. Let me skip through. Here we go. On patrol in Detroit. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Amazing, really, wasn't it? Oh, this guy's got unlimited bullets. I'm pretty sure you didn't have unlimited bullets. You must have had, like, must be a cheat code or something. I can't remember how far I got on this. I know there's like a dude you gotta fight at the end. Here we go. Is this him? Oh, that's right. You had this bit. You had to shoot him without shooting the girl. That was really difficult. I'm pretty sure I got through all this. Oh, be insane writing this in assembly. I mean, here's one of the bosses. Oh yeah, the motorbike dude. The motorbike dudes. I don't know if I ever clocked it. I do remember this. Maybe I did clock it. Pretty sure near the end. Yeah, I did clock it. I actually clocked this game because I remember fighting this dude at the end. There you go. Must have been one of the games, first games I clocked. Cool. Z series assembly. Ugh. That's full on. Right. Okay. So, card drop tile is what we're up to. Skill range indicator. tile card target. Copy component. Paste component is new. And last one is the tile aura effect. Copy component. Paste component is new. Okay, cool. So that error should go away now. I just need to delete this pretty much. Ta-da. And then I can grab this. If we go to the prefab. You can just paste it in here. Paste. Yeah. That can go. And this one can go as well. It's all good. Same with snow tile 3. You go. And you go. We just paste it here. Snow tile 4. Same thing. Let's just put our mushroom thing up here. You can go. And you can go. Paste here. Okay, just double check back here. Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. Alright, so now at least we shouldn't get that error message. Alright, well, I'll probably spend another 10 minutes or so on this, but oh, Ryan, hey. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Oh, shit. Except I've just broken something here. Yeah, but I just broke something. Damn it. Yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along nicely. So I've done the whole forest biome, which is up there on our beta branch at the moment. So that's great. And now just working on the snow boss, but I seem to have broken my tiles, which I shouldn't have broken my tiles. Okay, I can't put this music on because I'll get DMCA'd or whatever it is. Do I have unit tests? Yeah, I got a bunch of unit tests. So this is my test. My tests down here. So I've got 63 tests all up. And they range from things like attack tests, you know, card boss, how they play the cards, afflictions, you know, how things affect characters, movement, combat, pickup tests, licensing tests, card tests, yeah, so, you know, turn tests. Yeah, so, and they're all got tests underneath them. You can see here, there's all the different tests. So, yeah. Bunch of stuff in there, which helps out. Helps me sleep at night when I put a new thing in. I'm just looking here, it seems as though when I change the tile, I've also changed the position of these indicators. So I'm just going to have a look and make sure I haven't busted anything. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I spent a fair bit of time on tests. It's one of those things I'm a bit of a Nazi about. Because it does make sense, you know. It does make sense to do it. Because games can get so big and complicated that, you know, I mean, this has been going for years, this game, so I don't know what stuff I would bust, you know, by making changes. So, yeah. But what we're going to look at here, just quickly, is we just broke something. Talking about breaking things. It appears as though our blue floor highlighter is kind of not working properly, so let's check the tile offset on the forest. See if there's anything weird there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I do believe though that test-driven development certainly has its merits. I mean, you know, it changes the way you code. You know, you're more likely, more sort of inclined to write basically better code because it'll usually be more modular because you're testing for one thing, you know. Whereas I think if you start with the class and start building the class out, things like that, you kind of you can quite easily just write like, you know, 100 lines of code and make it impossible to test. So I do think test-driven development is I agree with it. I think it's the right thing to do. Yeah. The thing is being disciplined about it. That's what it is. Yeah, I got your message. That's exactly right. It is a lot of time. It's a lot of time. But I love doing this shit, man. I actually love it. You know, I mean, I'm like, I was thinking the other night, I've been doing creative endeavors. I'm also a musician, so I kind of write and record music. I've released 2 EPs and 1 album. My latest album is here on Bandcamp. You can listen to it if you like. Yeah, and so, and I've probably spent, I don't know, maybe over the years on my creative endeavors, maybe like $100,000, I reckon. Just buying stuff, amplifiers, guitars, recording music, going to, you know, sort of going to gigs. I reckon about 100 grand, and plus all the game development I've done over how many years? Maybe 30 years. Let's have a look. I'm going to say 30 years. Say 100,000 divided by 30. That's only 5 grand a year or something like that. I reckon I've spent $3,000 to $5,000 a year, which is not a lot, you know. So yeah. But I think to myself, you know, and I haven't had a hit, you know, I've never made a hit or anything like that. But like, it's just, I enjoy doing it. I think if I ever made a hit, I'd just still be doing it anyway, you know. Yeah. That's exactly right. I think that's everything, to be honest. I mean, I think to myself, you know, if I had a lot of money, what would I do? I'd probably just hire people and build more games. That's what I'd do. You know? Alright, let's see what's going on. I think the offset here is a bit weird. Let's just check this. So if I go... let's go back to the scene. And have a look what's going on here. So I think maybe these tiles offset needs to change. Let's take that one over there. I think this tile offset's probably not right. So it's 1.3 and 1.7. Let's just move it here. It's probably going to be there, negative 2.5. Alright, let's change the offset. Copy position. Let's change the offset of that tile and just see what happens. Actually, it's not quite right, is it? It needs to come back a little bit. Negative 3 is where it should be. Negative 3. Okay, let's try that. Let's hit the offset at negative 3 for the blue thingy. Snow tile. Oh, it's probably because of the scale. Yeah, rightio. So let's just try that. Negative 3. Do it for all of them. And hopefully this will just magically work. But you never know. That's part of the challenge. Okay, this has already got a mesh collider on it. We actually don't want that. Okay. Hey, this one's not right. Oh, there's a 5. Okay, I didn't see the 5. I'll grab that. So, Control C. 5. Go and paste. Alright. Oh, cool. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I like power metal as well. I'm a big fan of bands like actually probably more old school than what people listen to today, but bands like Helmet, The Mark of Cain. Probably haven't heard of these artists before. I like more modern ones. Like I like what's it called? Parkaway Drive. They're pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, but it's pretty much classic rock stuff. I was brought up in the 80s and 90s, so it's obviously pretty influenced by that. Yeah. Okay, did this fix it? No, it's actually made it worse. Sort of worse. Maybe. Ah, that's cool. So it's definitely an offset problem, this, but it's just offset a bit too much. So back to our scene again. So how far offset is it? If I take... Oh... Maybe... Maybe I had to do it the other direction. Do +3 or something. So if I grab this guy, it should actually be so it's at 1.42. Oh, is that actually 0? I think that's actually 0. It's just a floating point bullshit. Alright. So we've got to take off 2.5. And also, what was that at? 1.8. It's got to go to 0 pretty much. This has got me confused now. Let's just double check that our snow tile. Is this definitely offsetting it? Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, it's on -3 now. If I go back out here, I'll look at this guy. So that's -2.5, plus 2.5. Let's check the other one down here. So it's definitely this one. If I go back here, that's -2.5. Or what? Is that maybe 1.67? -5.3. That's bizarre. Sort of not in the right spot though. It needs to come back a little bit, I think. No, not you. You. It's not quite in the middle there. So I'm just trying to get this highlighted object somewhere close. So what, -5.5? -2.5, is that really what it is? Yeah, looks right. Okay, let's try that. 2.5. Copy position. Alright. Let's just see if that works. Set that in there. works too. So it's negative 5.5. What was the other one? Negative 2.5. Okay, let's copy that component and then just do it for the rest of them. Paste component values. Have you ever played with Unity before? Order Viscount? Actually, what is it? What is your game written in? Paste component values. Paste component values. Alright, give that a go. Game Maker Studio. That's cool. Oh yeah. So yeah, my wife started looking at Game Maker Studio as well. It looks like a really good way to make a quick kind of platformer like what you're making. It's like, so it's really suited to that sort of thing. Dang it. It's definitely better, but it's still not right. Let's see how far we need to move them now. So they're all got to be shifted up like a bit. Let's have a look. Yeah, Godot. You know what? Yeah, getting them out the door, exactly. This is, yeah. I reckon that's the awesome thing about Game Maker. But I'm actually thinking Unreal. You should listen to this podcast. I don't know if you've seen it, but it wasn't that long ago. But this is a really good podcast.
Staring at that.
And it's with Tim Sweeney, who's obviously the founder of Epic Games. I just feel as though he's a bit more on developers' sides than Unity and all the rest of it, you know? Yeah. So watch that one, it's really good. So this is interesting, it's 1.5, 3.3. Some reason. And if I move that up, X is 0. Is that the same with the other one? 0 and negative 3.3. Oh, I think I know what's happening here. I think I know what's happening here. I think because it's at a low scale, positions always change. If that's negative 3.3, this doesn't make any sense. It'll be a simple fix. I just don't know what it is. So this guy here, yeah, it might be the scaling, which is changing the position of it. But again, that's 0 and negative 3.3, which I'm sure we tried, didn't we? We tried both of those. It didn't work. I wonder if 3 just works. Even 3 just works. Okay, I'm gonna try it one. Maybe I screwed it up somehow, and 3 was just I didn't save it or something. I don't know, but I'm just gonna try negative 3 again. If that doesn't work, then it could be something to do with the scaling. I know it sounds a bit silly, but sometimes I just make mistakes where I thought I did something, but I didn't. And you know what? I should be writing a test for this. This is what I should be doing. Try it again. Maybe 3. Just check the others that I didn't miss any. Now, I really need to go and eat something because I haven't eaten anything today and it's 12 p.m. and probably should eat something so I don't pass out because that wouldn't be fun. Let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yep. You sort of find a bug and it's like, all right, write a test so that doesn't happen again. That's a good approach, I think. Yeah, no, it's not working. I think it's got something to do with the scaling. Because the thing is with this tile here, if I look at this tile, actually, let's compare our tiles. We'll go to forest tile, or not even that stronghold tile. Oh, cool. No worries. How's things, crows? I'm just about to take a little bit of a break because I haven't eaten anything for a little while, but I'll come back to Savo probably and have another crack at this. So if I look at this scale, it's 1. The scale is 1. Whereas in the snow, 1. Scale's 1.67. I think that's what's doing it. That should be 0 too, but anyway. So how am I going to do this? I think I actually need to change the mesh. I think I need to think about this. Alright guys, I'm going to take a bit of a break. I'm going to grab something to eat. Hopefully during my lunch I think of the answer to this, a nice simple answer. In fact, I've already just almost thought of one, and that is just to change the prefab here. If I just scale that prefab, it'll probably just work. Just have a different one for the snow, but I don't really want to have a different one for each floor tile, so I shall have a think about it and I shall come back. But for now, I'm going to take a bit of a breather. And thanks for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Cheers. Yeah, thanks for the chat. Catch you later.